everyone. I'm Lauren Dalvia. I'm an astrologer and a spiritual teacher here at Bene Mudra. I'm just giving you a little astro update for the week. First of all, we're in Virgo season now. So, just a little preview of that, or a little summary of that. Virgo loves the small stuff, and this is the place on the zodiacal wheel where the details matter, right? So Virgo natives are good at prioritization. It's back to school time. That kind of fits in with that. When there's much to do and you don't know where to start, you call your Virgo friend. They help you determine what needs to be done first. They organize. This is logical, meticulous, well thought out. And since it's impossible to organize everything, there's always at least one place where chaos reigns, but don't open that closet, Virgo is ruled by Mercury, and Virgo wants to use logic to create order. So in the big picture, which Virgo can lose sight of, this is not possible. So chaos will always overcome order. So this causes tension for Virgo energy, or for Virgo natives, which leads to kind of a shadow expression of the sign. And that can be a tendency to be harshly critical, accompanied with anxiety and perfectionism. There's a lot of really great stuff though. The ability to really dig in and work and be actually show up in a perfectionistic way is very unique. There's no such thing as very unique. Virgo does well when Virgo energy is able to learn the difference between judgment and discernment. So that is true if your sun sign or your moon or your rising is in Virgo. That's Virgo energy, but we are in this energy now. So whether we have Virgo in our charts or not, this is the energy that we're going to be dealing with, for the next 25, 30 days or so. And also, Virgo energy is connected to a very strong call to be of service to others and to our world. So that's true. So we can always ask ourselves this question of what service is mine to do and how can I manifest it in the world? It's definitely a go-getter time. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. It's an important switch from Leo to Virgo energy. We have a bunch of things happening this week. So on the 24th, which is a Monday, it brings the first of 3 really hard squares. A square is when the energy is going like this, it's not flowing, it's hitting very intensely. And that is between Mars in Aries and Saturn retrograde in Capricorn. So actions are blocked and momentum slows. So now is the time to exercise patience, caution, persistence. This influence will occur on and off until January. It's going to hit a couple more times, and I'll obviously update you. But tomorrow, that square, I'm recording this on Sunday night on the 23rd. Tomorrow is the 24th, and it will really be apparent. So just it's kind of Mars is aggression and forward motion and how we fight, whether it's intellectual, literally, it's like movement. It's vim, vigor, vitality. And Saturn is work. It's work. It's restriction. It's law and order. So that it's a rough square. So patience, caution, and persistence, please. On the 25th, on Tuesday, Mercury in Virgo trines, which is a flowy energy, Uranus or Uranus retrograde in Taurus, and Jupiter retrograde in Capricorn. This happens on the 29th. So what that means, logic and practical solutions are boosted with innovation and optimism. So that's good. And Mercury is opposite Neptune retrograde in Pisces a couple days later on the 30th. And so that can dissolve the logic if delusions and deception are allowed to dominate. So anytime Neptune is involved and Mercury, it's going to be a clash, because Mercury is communication and fast moving. Neptune is very slow moving and is boundlessness and illusion and delusion and smoke and mirrors, and what you see is not what you get. So, be aware of that. There are practical solutions that are going to show up for stuff early in the week. And, we have to be careful to really get clear about what logic remains, so that we don't get lost in delusion and deception later on in the week. Also, Venus in Cancer, it opposes Jupiter retrograde on the 25th, and then opposes Pluto retrograde on the 30th, which kind of delivers results involving relationships, money, or self-esteem that are bigger than you would expect or more intense. Like anytime, Venus in Cancer is a very, very emotional, wide energy, very, yeah, I mean, it's very emotional. It's very open-hearted. And Jupiter is Santa Claus. Jupiter dilates everything he sees. So, if it's the wrong thing, it can be like religion to religious fervor. It can be, war to world war. But if it's a good thing, he kind of comes around and helps and is a beneficent presence. Pluto is transformation always. He's the transformative energy of our souls. Which is why whenever he's around, it's a very big deal. So Venus in Cancer, opposite Jupiter retrograde and Pluto retrograde, bigger, more intense results than you expect in the departments of money, self-esteem, and relationships. What you want or give will be amplified. Okay, so it's just really good to go into the week knowing that like just to. It helps me, when I want to go big with a big heart, and it helps me when I get aggravated, and I'm like, to remember to kind of play the tape forward and to know that like sometimes when we do something or we act in a certain way, we kind of like get away with it. We get a free pass. We're like, oh, I was really nasty, but like I was able to make amends quickly, or like it didn't really matter as much. And I just kind of karmically, I got it and, went about my day, or like no one heard. This is kind of a week with these energies where like people are going to hear. So meditation is important. I always say prayer or asking just to stay steady with ourselves and like be in alignment with the divine or like with the will of the universe, because what you want or you give is going to be amplified. So and what you will receive will involve a permanent transformation. Anywhere Pluto's involved is like Pluto is the kind of transformation where it's like a cocoon and a butterfly. Once you're a butterfly, you can't go back. It's the kind of death, the living and dying that we do in this life, that like it's not like, oh, I changed some things and a shift occurred. It's like I changed and I can't go back. It's that kind of permanent transformation. Also on the 27th, Venus will be in a very nice kind of open trine to Neptune retrograde, which can expand all of the above by sort of dissolving limits. So the prospect for a lot of shifts this week is quite ripe. But really the big thing I want to really offer right now is like Mars square Saturn, which is coming Monday, the 24th. What you resist persists. Roadblocks, headaches, perseverance, and patience are required. So just, just ride that wave. On the 25th, we have a first quarter moon. We have Venus opposite Jupiter, as I said, Mercury trine Uranus, a need to feel occupied and useful vies with a sort of desire to run away as well. So a huge hunger for more can generate discontent. So ask yourself new questions to find new solutions. And it's a really good time to just kind of know that the energy is weird, and we're going to be asking a lot of ourselves, and we're going to be kind of like a little pulled in a bunch of different directions. So it's a really great time to meditate, to journal. Meditation can be with music on, you can do it with listening to Bob Dylan. You can do it listening to Chopin. You can do it listening to Black Sabbath. I don't care. You can do it in full silence. But a lot of people I know are afraid to meditate because they think they can't bear the silence. And silence is, I think, essential in life to meditate sometimes like that. But it's also, meditation is about remembering your soul and listening to what your soul is saying to you, that is talking to you at all times. I do that, I know, when I'm in love, when I'm in a state of love, and I get there with the tapestry of music. So, or looking at a painting that I love. I used to meditate when we were not in quarantine, in a pandemic in museums and stare at beautiful images. But now I do it at home, staring at a candle or a lamp, or I have a vintage movie poster that I love, or while I'm, if I'm watching a movie, there's a beautiful image, I hit pause. This is still meditation, and it's not a lesser form of meditation than silence. So it's with your eyes open. So you can meditate with your eyes open, with your eyes closed, with music on, without music on. You can do a few minutes of silence, a few minutes with music, anything to get present. And I love to direct people to start with what they absolutely love. So with that, I will bid you goodbye for now, and have a beautiful week. And just know that the energy is going to be heavy on the 24th, especially, and look forward to that transformative energy later in the week. Thank you. Oh, also, Instagram business at 1111 guided, and you spell the words 11. Personal is at Lauren 1111, and you spell the words 11 in that as well. And I'm available at benemudra.com for spiritual teaching sessions and astrological readings. And I thank you.